A few weeks ago, my cousin gave me some old clothes that she didn't want anymore and asked me if I wanted to keep some. So I was going through them and choosing what I want to keep and what I was going to donate, and I found this beautiful pair of jeans. I tried them on and they fit me really well. I really like how they look on me, but they have a bit of a problem. They have this huge hole on the knee. I'm pretty sure she cut the knee, but with time it got bigger and bigger, and now it goes literally from rib to rib. It goes all the way in, and now she doesn't want them anymore. But I'm not going to give up on these beautiful jeans, so let's try to fix them. First of all, I don't know how to sew. I have sewn little to no things, and definitely not a pair of jeans, which for what I know is a material that's pretty difficult to sew. So my idea is to fix them with crochet, which is something that I'm much better at. Let's see how this goes, shall we? After scrolling Pinterest for a while, I've realized that most of the repairs that I can find are for specific parts, like making the jeans bigger by adding granny squares to the sides or making the leg a bit wider. But for actual repairs of holes, they are just like pretty basic and require a good position, and this hole is in the middle, so that's not an option. But I have found that some use this kind of motifs to hide the hole, and I think I'm going to make the hole bigger, but it will have a bit more of expression. It will add personality to the jeans by adding flowers in the middle of the hole, pretty much inspired by this picture. So I have picked some cotton. I have no idea what brand because it was just cotton that I had lying around, and it's pretty big. The inspo picture had a much thinner cotton, but this is what I had. So I made this one, and I'm not sure what I was thinking because I thought this surely covers the hole, and it doesn't. Half of it it's really small, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I was so sure this was going to cover it, and it's nearly not enough. So I made a few more, and I'm going to do a composition with all of them to create a bigger part to sew into the jeans. So it's the next day. Because I wasn't sure how to attach the pads to the jeans, I actually ended up asking you guys on TikTok. Go follow me, and I also have an Instagram. And I got so many wonderful suggestions, and now I have a plan. First of all, I'm going to sew all the patches together as to create a composition, and then all of that I'm going to sew it around and then just around the hole, so it is really secure in place and it wouldn't just rip off cause the weight of the pants. So let's go do it. First of all, I'm just laying the jeans and all the flowers that I crocheted so I can play a bit with the composition, see what works, what doesn't, and when I'm finally happy with how it looks, I'm starting to pin them together as to create a big patch that I can sew to the jeans. If you want to crochet something like this, you can search on YouTube flower motif crochet and you'll find so many patterns like this. I just followed a few until I was happy with how they turned out. With all the patches pinned in place, I use embroidery thread to sew them together, just to be really sure that nothing could move these patches and they will stay in place. With these big patch done, it's time to put it in place and secure it with pins. Now I'm going to sew it with the same embroidery thread that I used before, and this time I'm sewing all around the edge and then around the hole inside the patch, just to make it really secure. Hi, it's the next day and I couldn't finish filming yesterday because it was really dark and you wouldn't be able to see anything. It would look really noisy. So here I have the jeans, all pots. It's looking really good, but when wearing it, I'm not feeling it. It looks too much like a patch. So I have these two extra that I made just in case that so I could play a bit with the composition, and I think I'm going to attach them just up in the other leg as to create like diagonal and make the asymmetry like look intentional. So let's try it and see how that looks. So I have finally finished the jeans. I I have I have sewn them on the wrong side, and I just realized because I was so excited to show you that I haven't tried them on. But yeah, I don't know how they look, but I don't have any patches left, so they're going to end up like this. I will maybe add a few patches on the other leg. That was not expected. Anyway, this is I put a video here of how they look finally, and I wish they look good. I don't know, but this is a great project, and if you can be a little more careful than I am, because it's not only a way of repairing clothes that we like, but it's also about the environment, fighting fast fashion, and adding creativity to our clothes. I believe that knowing that we can repair our own clothes give us a way of an empowerment as consumers, as we can just fix what we like and we're not as dependent on the fast fashion industry and the clothes industry as we can. We have the power to repair it. It's just it takes a little bit of effort, not only the doing it but the learning. But I really think it's worth it to be able to repair, to make things with our own hands. The sense of fulfillment you have when you make something like this and you put the moment be like, oh my god, this looks so good and I made it. Hope you like the video. Subscribe if you want, if you like it and you want to see more. Send this to a friend so they can make their own jeans. This one isn't exactly a tutorial as much as it was just telling how I did it and learning from my mistakes like this. Hope you enjoy it and bye!